Testing, testing. There we go. All right, sounds great. All right. Why can't I do this on live streams and I can't do it on videos? Holy crap. All right. Oh man. It's funny. I'm getting used to putting this thing together, but I can't seem to nail down a workflow on my video work. Hey, fly far and wide. We got a celebrity in the house. All right. Hey, how are you doing? I say celebrity because nobody's done the stuff that you do. Actually, nobody's willing to rip their drone into little pieces, add 14 batteries to it, and I wouldn't mind flying it that far. I just don't want to. I don't even want to smudge it, let alone like tear the back cover off and add it. You know, I guess if somebody just like said, here, I've got this Mavic Mini, I just want to tear apart and I want to give to you, and you can just do surgery on it. That would be, then I think I could throw a couple of battery packs on it and in parallel, and that would take care of that, wouldn't it? So, all right. What in the heck is this background on for? I don't want this freaking background. This is last week's background. Holy crap. There we go. That's the one we got there. Then we got my steampunk drone-ish thing flying by right there as I'm holding my very high-tech drone right there. That is the Cat's Meow. You guys know that is the elusive I'm holding right there, prototype of right there, the Phantom 5. You can tell because that logo right there is so professional. Yes. This is some archival material right here from way back when I started. Oh man, probably had another big week just passed me by. Hopefully we get some new folks popping in here, but I really appreciate you flying far and wide, dropping in here. Hopefully it usually takes a minute or two to get people to kind of, you know, it's a really odd time that I stream at here, and it's just, it takes people a minute to ask for permission. If you're in Europe, you're like, it's late at night and your wife's, you know, it's Friday, so you're kind of, you know, getting done with dinner, maybe you're, you know, laying down, getting a little bit tired, and then all the you know, the USA viewers, they're all, you know, crap, it's 4 o'clock where I'm at, but in California it's 3 o'clock. People are still at work, and if you go east, people are, you know, 5 dinner time and then 6. So hey, I'll be drone. How are you doing? I am so glad you popped in. Let me tell you something. Let me get you on the. Both of you guys are new. I really appreciate you dropping in. Last week, I think I added probably 15 new people, and that is amazing. That is, guys, I am so tickled by all the new people I've got dropping in. So it is really cool to see that interest because we all start at the same point. Scott Ridgway is in the house. How you doing? And if you guys do not know each other, if you have not popped in, and we are all drone people. We are all drone enthusiasts. So, make sure. Ooh, okay. Ooh, that's Scott. I got him. I just opened up your channel over here on my screen. If you're interested in the way I got it set up here, what I basically do, it's kind of interesting. I've got an OBS stream. So if you understand what OBS is just your free broadcaster software hooked through YouTube. And then what I've done, so I can look at the camera. My problem was I was always looking this way and I was always doing work on my other computer. So I've got 2 computers. That computer over there is basically running the OBS stream. This one, all it's doing is just picking up the OBS stream and allows me to look and interact using just a plain old screen share. It's kind of cool, actually. And then what it'll do is, it just, picks up that stream, allows me to just there's other ways of doing it, but this was just a way I kind of just figured it out. But my problem was that I wasn't looking at the camera, so I wasn't seeing people and talking to them, because one of the keys to live streaming is you have to talk to people, because people are on the other end. So nice to see everybody. Let's see, Brian, that didn't get you. Let's make sure you get your yeah, there. You're moderated too, Brian. Let's see, let's get Scott in there. Yeah, he's all right. It'll just take a minute for you guys to all turn blue. Worldwide streaming, getting ready to buy my first drone. What are you going to buy? And if you have questions, ask. All of us have gone through the drone dilemma. Guys, I just got done buying a drone, and I had to do it because I'm not stopping flying. I'm flying the Mini pretty much. Yeah, even when I fly this other drone, I'm going to be flying the Mini alongside of it. I needed to upgrade my current premium platform. So, if worldwide, what are you looking for? What are you looking for? What's your price range? Are you looking at under 1,000, under 500, or is price not matter? And you just want it to be like. I guess we could say you want to have probably the best drone for a novice, a first-time drone user. I actually would suggest you get a half-decent drone. I really think the Mavic Mini, even though I think at $399 it is, and I as many problems as everybody has with the Mini, it is still probably the best starter drone right now. You get a really good camera. It has a really good even keel of a flying characteristics. It allows you for small anyway, you guys know. So let's see. Give me a minute and I'll give you the make and model. Let's see what we got here. I hate talking to my camera. It just looks at me. I know. It's really weird to do that too. But you get used to it. Race quads. When you're getting into race quads, you got unlimited. Race quads. It's like a total like fire sale of whatever you want. And I actually, if you're getting into racing and to building quads, I would just go find a channel where there's a build and you just build it, because you're going to learn about how it basically functions as you put it together, and then you'll learn about how to program the software, and then how to connect the controllers, and that opens up your flying world to pretty much an unlimited bag of things. If you're interested in just learning, I think the best way to go is the Mini. What do they call them? What is that? Where it comes with the goggles and it comes with the little, like, was it a 5-inch? Yeah, 5-inch, yeah. Hubsan Zeno 2. What is let's see, building, okay. So let's say waiting on Chinese New Year to be over. What is the final asking price of the Zeno 2? Is it $500? Because we're gonna see a ton of Zeno 2s coming out. I didn't buy a Zeno 2. And I'm not buying it yet. I can't. There's a lot of problems. First of all, it comes from China. Second of all, I want it to get shipping already, so you're not like giving them money and then waiting for a month or 2 months for not only your order to finally be processed and then it takes 15 to 20 days to get it shipped. That to me is just too long for somebody to have my money and me not having something to use. I don't like that. Tiny Hawk, thank you. Yep, the Tiny Hawk. And I'm actually in the market for a Tiny Hawk, maybe this summer. The price is right, and it's a great starter, and you can crash it, and it's bulletproof. But it's not my true drone interest is I really like the photography side. Hey, Steve Dawson is in the house. Okay, God, we are getting a good group together. This is awesome. $599 with 2 batteries. Yeah, that's a good deal. That's basically your Mavic Mini right there with a larger drone platform. This is my Kate. This okay. I'm gonna give you my 2 cents on this one. And I know everybody wants to. I'm not. I want you to buy that drone because I think a bunch of us will end up buying it anyway, including me. I'm really disappointed in the Autel crap going on right now. I really am pissed. Excuse my, excuse my, just jumping into it. I am stoked about the new Autel. I like the big drone size. I like that they beefed it up, I'm really angry that they hooked us in and got us excited, and we're not going to see this drone literally until summer, beginning of summer. Most people are not going to. I will not get my hands on one. And will they, get them for sale, and then, and then when people are going to start reviewing and things like that. But I will not touch one until summer because they're gonna bring them out in stages, and they're very, they're very sought after. And I don't believe they got the production that DJI has. So to get a mini, it was quite easy. They already have the production facilities, and they already have the infrastructure and the parts and the supply. They've got the supply issue down, and the Mavic Mini, they just could mass produce them. They could just throw them out. But the Autel 2, the Evo 2 is going to be hard to get my hands on. Yeah, you're the one. John, the one who won the Autel 2 contest, and he's going to have a new one before any of us. Oh, John, I'm excited for you. I am very jealous. But I'm going to have to, I've got a Mavic Pro. I don't even have a Mavic 2 yet. And that's what I did. The Mavic 2 prices have come so far down that I basically pulled the trigger on a Mavic 2, a Zoom, and the reason being is I'm a photograph guy. I'm a photography guy. And what I want to do is I want that camera in that Mavic 2 Zoom. It is an amazing camera. I didn't want to go to Evo. I almost bought a Evo 1, the first generation, because I wanted to get used to the Evo platform. And then all this crap started to come out about the Evo. And everybody just started to whine and moan about the Evo 2 having the same old controller. And quite honestly, DJI's got a controller out there that is absolutely, it is the cat's meow of controllers, and guys, they're starting to get inexpensive, and it's probably because they're gonna probably start supporting it. And I'm gonna be sitting with a smart controller. No, guys, the best drone out right now, the best drone. Now, people will argue that it's a the Phantom 4 Pro, which because it is have probably the best camera, but the best compact drone is the Mavic 2 Zoom, hands down. There's nothing that can touch it right now for range and for camera quality, for everything that it basically has. And I don't own it, but I will very soon. So let's see. Worldwide streaming. Yeah, let's see. Oh, we got Mechanicsville. Everybody's kind of sounding off where they're from. Yeah. Guys, make sure we introduce each other, because that's what we're about on Friday. We're all a bunch of drone geeks here. And if you're not a drone geek and you have not admitted it to yourself yet, it is time for you to admit that you are a freaking geek and just get over it. Okay? A long time ago, guys, I was one of those people that couldn't admit that I was a tech geek, and I was kind of the sporty kind of kid. Guys, I am an absolute freaking nerd. I am a freaking camera, drone nerd. I admitted it. I came out publicly. Anybody else want to come out? Drone geek. It's like, guys, it's the crack of the 21st century. And I don't know, it's very addictive. Yes, my name is Mike, and I'm a drone I'm a drone addict. This is like it's an unlimited step program because the steps never end. Each step is just another drone. Honey, I'm sorry, but I bought another drone. Oh, it's a sickness, guys. Guys, I started. It's like any addiction. You start small. Isn't it sickening? You start just small, and it's just one. I'm just gonna buy this one, and I'm gonna have fun with it. And then it goes to the second drone, then the third drone, and then, oh, we gotta have a better camera. This camera's not good enough. And then the fourth drone. Next thing you know, you're like, oh, I just saw a video. They're making them. I'm gonna make my own drone because when I get done making it, it'll be the best. Thank you. I appreciate the super chat. Awesome. But now I'm on the fifth drone. Guys, I'm literally, I don't know whether I'm gonna build a drone these days or I'm going to, anyway, or I'm going to buy one. I mean, because, quite honestly, we're sick people. But think about it. What other sickness can you have this much dang fun? So, is anybody? Okay? I'm gonna talk about a couple things this week. That let's check the chat out here first before I go any further. So we got Indiana in the house, worldwide streaming. I just want to make sure I got everybody. Night Train, crap, Night Train. Why did I not have you moderated, man? This is your first time in here, Night Train. Come on, baby. All right, we got him moderated. Ryan C. Okay, Drone Worship sends his love. Hey, Drone Worship. Hey, all I can tell you about Dan. This is what I'm going to tell you about Dan. And every time I get on a stream, I'm going to make sure everybody understands this. Dan got me excited about the hobby. Dan made me a little bit edgy. The reason why I don't like to that I don't want to just be I call a straight lacer when it comes to drone reviews and things like that, because I have more to offer than just a bunch of boring information. It's kind of like, guys, you quite honestly, you guys know what I'm talking about. It's your gimbal, that kind of stuff, because quite honestly, your gimbal was lacking until I helped you, right? Until you added these puppies right here, the little blue pills right there. All right. These little blue pills. All right, now you can't see the label because actually they're just naproxen, but the little blue pills, man, that help you with your drone problem right there. All right. Dan will love to hear you're inflating his ego. Hey, you know what? He's a guy that needs his ego inflated. I mean, think about all the crap he's gone through the last couple of months, and I am not jealous of Dan's success, and he deserves 10,000 freaking 10,000 subs. So. If whatever I do can help Dan build his channel, because I'm telling you, he has been nothing but support for me. He makes me laugh. He's a smart kid. I mean, I call him a kid because he is. I'm 50. I'm gonna be 52 here in another month. He's interested in something, and he's pushing forward ahead. And he's thinking about quitting, but then he keeps going. And I truly believe that he will be successful. And I think he has shown success. He needs to recognize it, and he needs to just keep moving forward. I think he's got a ton to offer, and he's going to gain resources. That's his big thing. His biggest limitation right now is it's money. It's like all of us. Not everybody has had a chance to develop our careers, which like many of us have. I mean, most of the people on my channel and most of the people that fly drones have careers. I mean, and many of you guys are retired. I'm not quite to retirement yet, but I truly love this hobby, and I do enjoy watching other people. And there's some really great people out there. I mean, we guys, quite honestly, we feed off each other. I mean, we say, oh, that's a good concept. I think I'll copy that. But people are, I think I bring in some things that people are copying too. And I do get inspiration out there. You're lying if you don't. I am like Dan, I'm very honest. And honest with what I'm about, guys. I don't know everything, and I admit it. If you don't admit in your videos that I mean, some people just they claim all this information, but all they're doing, guys, is they're taking a piece of paper, studying it for a few minutes right there, with basic. Let me see if I can get that. Let's see, I can't. It's so much over. Oh, that's so overexposed. Maybe I'm overexposed. But this basically is a script that I use for another video. When I do educational videos too, I'm an educator. That's my number one job. And, you know, many of it's scripted, but when I get on YouTube for this stuff, it's not scripted. I throw the script out. Done. So let's see we got. He's okay on the resources at the moment. Good. And I know a lot of us have basically helped him. And the big thing is his health issues. The biggest thing with young people is insurance. And I know for a fact he has to be on somebody's insurance. And that's the scourge. If you're from Europe, you probably know in the United States, we don't have public health insurance, do we? I'm not even getting to that issue. I pay just so you know, if there's anybody out here that still is that has the deductibles, that just to give you an idea, my deductible on my insurance program is $15,000. $15,000. So I can't afford to get sick. I was actually sick this week, and I didn't go anywhere. I went to work. I also have 1,100 sick hours where I work, so 1,100. So I like to work. Dan is the most honest person I have ever met in my life. As an engineer myself, he's a hella smart. Yeah, he gives me ideas. He gave me my range booster ideas, and then of course, hey, hello from Eastern Europe. All right, man, we got some Eastern Europeans in here. Nicolani, okay? Nicolani, where are you from? Sound off, man. Don't just say Eastern Europe. You're from a country. Be proud of it. I'm hoping to get a Polish following. I want Polish people on my. I just got back from Poland last spring, so. And I had one of the greatest vacations in Poland that I ever. Awesome people. I'm not going to say anything less than it was a great experience and friendly. Just amazing. I love the attitude of people, and Eastern Europeans have been through a lot of crap, and to have a great attitude about the world, especially living in Poland between Russia and frickin' Germany, it's like, you know. So if there's any Germans on here, I understand the war's over. Serbia, yes, we've got a Serb. Interesting. I teach about World War I, and so we get into a little bit of Serbian history. I don't know a ton about it, but it has a it's a very independent country. It's a very and it's been dominated by a lot of big bully countries, and so Serbia's had a long history of trying to find its identity and wanting to basically be itself, be its own, you know. So cool, man. Serbia in the house, baby. Got the peace sign up there. Got Brent on Night Train with a New Zealand bot drone, baby. We got the New Zealanders, man. Guys, if I lived in New Zealand, I would definitely be online. What's the time in New Zealand right now? I'm truly interested. Brent Newman, did I get you moderated? Let me get you moderated on here. All right, yeah, I did. You should be turning blue. Moderators just keep track of all, and then I go through my moderator list. Let's see, Ross, Meldrum, Aberdeen, Scotland. Maybe Skang will show up. Scotty, remember Scotty? Like Scotty or Skang? Maybe PD will show up too. He's our British. So I'm going to write some of your names down. I want to remember, I want to get anybody I have not seen before. So I'm going to put down Nicolani. So I'm guessing your name is you're Nikolai? Or is that your last name? So Nicolani. Lani. and just to know the areas, the geography we cover, guys. Just if you want to know a little bit of background of me, I teach U.S. history, I teach world history, I teach sociology, and I teach geography. So there you go. And so I super much, most awesomely, you like my high school language, and I teach secondary at the secondary level. So high school age kids from 16 to 18. And if they don't pass, 19 and 20. All right. Mike B., the Drone Ranger's in the house. How you doing, Michael? All right. Brent, you are not lighting up, man. Come on here, Brent Newman. Let's get his chance. Let's get him. It says moderator. No, we're good. All right. So, I've been having a little bit of fun with some of my videos. I hope nobody was offended by my LOS video. Okay, so if you, it's that way right there. My LOS. Okay, LOS does not stand for, or no, it's LOS, LGS, not LOS. That would be line of sight. I call it LGS syndrome. And that would have something to do with your gimbal. And hopefully all of you guys have made that adjustment and understand that everybody's gimbal is different. All of you guys are not going to be judged by the angle of your gimbal or the size of your gimbal on my channel. So, oh man, nice to see you guys though. I got a little energy today, don't I? Hopefully we see Dennis. I feel bad because Dennis, he always is popping in on my channel, but Dennis Lovelady gets up at like god awful early times on the weekends on Sunday, and if he thinks I'm gonna get up at 3 o'clock in the morning, oh my gosh, to watch the sunset in Georgia, it doesn't mean I don't disrespect it. Okay, it just means it's freaking early and it's Sunday, guys. I don't want to get up that early. I do want to see his stuff. I do want to see people's work, and I think the biggest problem I'm going to have is kind of keeping up with all the people that I want to connect with, and because every single person that pops in is interested in the same thing I'm interested in. So, oh man. You guys love technology, you love cameras and all that cool stuff. Oh, let's see, save Mike. Yes, I'm going to save that. Hold on here, save. What? Yes, hold on here, guys. I saved the file. What? File size. Okay. All right. I had to shut down my my Photoshop. You see the picture behind me, the new drone, kind of that, the one I've got on my front page. That one I had to Photoshop. And what I do is I green screen the photo. Some of you guys mostly I do that. And then what I do is I cut out the green background and it just makes it for a night. It takes all the busyness out of my photos. Look, I want the busyness out of my photos so I can put all this other crap on here. I bought a cat. Hey, let's go back to our new drone guy. And he's thinking. I think he says Xeno 2. He says. If you want to let us know about it, if you've ordered that Xeno 2, okay. Obviously, I've got several drones on my radar. I just did buy a Mavic 2 Zoom, and the reason why I bought it is I need it. I need to move up and make sure I get a hold of that technology. And I have to replace my Mavic Pro. I've got the Mavic Pro Platinum, but I really want to test out cameras, camera filters, because I think there's a huge demand for people that want somebody like me who knows crap nothing about cameras to experiment with them. All of us want to improve our, what we do with those with camera drones the most, which is to take pictures and to do video. And there's some amazing stuff out there. I saw an awesome bridge video, and I wish they had names for everybody that I've watched videos on. Amazing sunsets. The best sunset videos are coming from Mavic 2 Pros. They are amazing. And I've got some filters for it. And I'm going to do some experimenting with it with some of the really cool sights I have. But I'm not done with my Mini by any stretch of the imagination. I've got distance flights I'm going to do with that Mini. Hey, Fly Far and Wide, is he still here? He dropped in earlier. So he was here. He was like my first person to drop in. So worldwide, yeah, let's see. Manufacturer said there should be some available in the beginning of February. Yeah. If anybody thinks any of these new drones, other than from the hands of people that already have like beta units, we're not going to see a new drone in anybody's hands until he's saying February. I truly don't think it's going to be March or April. I think April will be the month where everybody starts to fly them, and you see probably a resurgence of new video with the new drones. But there's tons of Mavic Mini stuff to do. It's the Mavic Mini is so versatile. So it is kind of getting crazy, isn't it? All the videos out there. I look at them. And some people look at all the Mavic Mini videos and they go, oh, there's nothing left to do, guys. There's always something left to do. You just gotta put your creativity to work. There's stuff. There's things to touch. I mean, there's areas to touch that. Guys, I'm gonna freaking bring that Mavic Mini back up high again. That was cool. That was some of the most beautiful. If you take a still shot, one of those 2.7K still shots of the perspective that drone had, the one perspective I did not get was the down angle. I didn't do it. I looked at it. I'm like, I missed a whole opportunity. What does it look like to look down a cliff from 1,600 feet with the Mavic Mini? Now that's a question, huh? So, and I guarantee you'll want to see that. I want to see it. Let's see. I want to get a Mini, but old lady would beat me, silly. Mike, many of us that have these drones have been beaten already, so. To be quite honest, I told you, this is where it starts right here. This drone is actually fun to fly. These little tiny Mini. This is a barometer altitude hold drone. Isn't that amazing? With the gyroscope in it. And so that's just way too cool. I'll be really impressed when they stick a GPS in this thing. So and let me tell you something. If DJI is listening, they could do it. You can find a GPS that'll fit in this sucker. I'm sure you can invent it or find somebody that can make one. Just put one that, how many satellites do you need? 5, 6? This could be a 6-satellite GPS drone, You need 15, right? And if I have any engineers on here, they'll probably tell me that it's impossible, huh? Don't tell me it's impossible. There's nothing impossible. If they can put a GPS in a Bumblebee and a camera, and probably a 4K camera, then we can get a GPS in this little Chinese knockoff drone. Hey, John, you were going to lead us out with the Evo 2. I'm looking forward to your videos. I want to see a real person with the Evo 2. Okay? Not somebody and I'm not saying Flightpath isn't a real person. He's a freaking really gifted dude. And he's very slick, by the way. He could sell me a car for sure. But I want to see him do something with it. I mean, everybody's so afraid, of flying their drones, and it's just, you bend the rules just a little bit, just a small amount. I mean, Dustin Dunhill's got a giant pair of kahunas. He's not going to go to jail, and he does things safely. And we love Dustin's work, so get that freaking drone out doing something. And it seems like people are crashing them, but they're crashing them doing stupid crap. Crash them, send it out a while. Probably the safest thing you can do is send your drone out 2 miles, 3 miles, 4 miles, and have it come halfway back. It's not going to get hurt. It's just going to land somewhere, and then you just got to go get it. Fly far and wide. He'll tell you. He flies his drone out 12 friggin' miles. Everybody's got a GPS. Just land it somewhere. As long as you got a visual transmission, it's going to be fine, man. Throw a Bluetooth tracker on it. Then you'll find it within whatever. I don't know. Let's see. Ryan C. going to be around for Disc. Oh, so Ryan, you guys are. That's one thing I haven't been on Discord, which is basically the gamer stream, but it's also got private chat stream. So if anybody's ever been on Discord, that's what that's all about. Read above. Oh, I got to go back. Okay, Ryan C. I got to go up to where he's. Let's see, Ryan C. Okay, random read above. I'm going above. Let's see. Would you like to review them? Yes, I would like to review them. See, I have some filters being donated by a company that don't want to review for the Mini. Yeah, absolutely. Ryan, just email me on and then I'll to my Dad Random email, and then I'll drop you my address. No problem. But yeah, I'd love to. Let's see, buy a company. Now, the ones I have are Sunny Life, the ones that I'm using. They're inexpensive ones, but I'll try another company's filters. Absolutely. Send them over. It's just fun. I enjoy the photography side. And people are interested in seeing what one filter can do versus another one, because nobody wants to buy anything. So yeah, thank you, Ryan. I really appreciate that. So just send me an email, dad.random70@gmail.com. So, and yeah, just go into the description. It should be there of this video, or my website or whatever. Any of those things, you'll find me. Send me an instant message on, guys, I got a Twitter account, probably Instagram if you want to Instagram message me too. That's another place to do it. I've actually been emailed by a lot of people asking me about audio systems. I've actually got a good audio setup, but my problem is inside of like this room here, you have to have controlled audio. This thing is easy because it goes through a mixer, but this is a cheap mic. I've got a better mic at home, but I don't have a mixer for that. So I've got a mess. I've got a couple of different places that I record from. So yeah. Let's see, Random is going to miss, and I know I'm not going to miss Ryan, so send him to me, dude, okay? Hopefully you got that, all right, okay. They are sending GoPro filters. Okay. Yes, I have a GoPro. Which GoPro? I have a GoPro Hero 6, and I will use it. I love my GoPro, so I don't have a 7 or an 8, but I think they're the same. If it's a GoPro 7, I'm not going to go buy a GoPro to, Now I have a housing for filters. I have an actual like screw-on filter housing that I can put them on. So GoPro filters. So let's see. Let's see, John. He's going to fly with Ken Heron in Memphis when the Evo 2 arrives. John, awesome. I'll be looking forward to that. I'm just catching up on the stream, guys. Yeah, I have a GoPro Hero 6 Black. Why I bought the GoPro Hero 6 Black? Because I'm stupid. And I couldn't wait just a couple of weeks for the GoPro Hero 7 to come out. That's why. And I could have paid the same price. Guys, I'm kicking myself every day because I'd probably still be using the GoPro and not the Osmo Pocket that I'm using now. On the other hand, the Osmo Pocket has an amazing camera too, and that thing I can throw filters on, and it actually has manual settings. So, what's that all about here? It's here sending GoPro. Let's see, right. So I do have a GoPro, but if Ryan, let's see live chat. Ryan, do you have hopefully that's caught up here. So Ryan, do you have? All right, just waiting for that. Anyways, yeah, just go ahead. Let's see. Ryan C. I would have you hit up on Discord sooner, but okay. So those guys are kind of chilling on getting their Discord party going. It's Friday night, guys. So if you haven't, if you don't know, if you're from other parts of the world, it's maybe Friday night already. If you're in Europe or that away, let's see. Is it that direction for me that way? All right. Europe is to my right and Asia is to my left. Depends on if I'm assuming I'm looking north, right? All right. Let's see. So, anyways, all right. So, a couple of other issues. One is getting feedback on like photography. There's a lot of people. I doubt I'll get a. Has anybody here claimed? Let's see. What makes you? What makes you think? What Captain Bard? We'll find out here. What's all that's all about? Captain Bard. Who's Captain Bard? We got a new. What makes you think? What makes you think? I don't know. The chemicals in my brain. That's what makes me think. It's a calm down for right now, so we can chat. It's calmed down for right now, so we can chat tonight. Oh, okay. So, anyways, one of the Captain Bard, man, is he in here at all? Let's see. Where is Captain Bard? Captain Bard, sound off, man. Where are you from? Can't just drop in here and not tell us a little more than what makes you think. We want to know. It's your tiny brain. Oh yes. So maybe we have a fun. Oh, there we go. Maybe that we got. I don't know. It looks like a. Let's see it. Let's see, Canberra. I think it's your. That looks like Cinderella or Snow White there. So, Connecticut. All right. Captain Bard. So we got a healthy sense of humor. I can take it. That's all I can tell you. I can take it, and especially I can take it from Connecticut. For the love of all that's holy. I've been to Connecticut. All righty. Been there, done that. Been to, I don't know, it's Musquamacut Beach. That's Rhode Island, isn't it? Yeah, we went over that way. I've been to a bunch of little towns there. It's been a while, though. I'm trying to think of all the little towns I went to. I'd have to look at the map to remember all the names. I did a tour of Connecticut for sure. Every town has every one of those Connecticut towns had a house that's at least 300 years old, or 250, probably 250. West Village, oh man, West. I'm trying to think. I'll give you some names. Here we go. I'm going to look at Connecticut here. I'll tell you all the places in Connecticut I've been. We're going to do a little bit of a search. The hardest part about Connecticut is spelling it to find it. Oh, it's one of those words, man. All right, okay. Let's see places I've been to. Let's look at the little towns here. All right. And I'm gonna have to really pop in here. Come on here. All right, Connecticut. All right, come on, baby. Now, there's a lot of all the big towns here. I've been to the ones I was at were small towns. Let's see here. Such small towns that they're not even showing up on my freaking map here. Let's see, Waterbury. I need a freaking bigger map. Phones suck for that, man. Especially when you can't see crap. Oh boy, I'm gonna just keep going in here so I can find this little tiny town that I'm looking for. I'm going to give up. Every time I get on my phone and I get into Hartford, I mean, I've been to Hartford, duh. Come on, where are the little towns here? These must have been such small towns that freaking. I'm really looking if it's North Connecticut or South Connecticut. Those swamp monsters are really so. Right next to the bayou. Farmington, Newtown. Oh man, I like that because it matters. The small towns basically have a every one of those little tiny towns has its own little personality. And it's not so big that I can't like find them, but I'm not finding them. Where in the heck? Burlington. I'm probably in the wrong area. There, Bethlehem, Newton, Southbury, Brooklyn, New Milford, Danbury. Been to Danbury. Been to Danbury, Connecticut, guys. Been there. All right. Where else have I been to? So Danbury. So if I stay in that area, I should probably find the rest of them. There's the Danbury Walmart. All right, enough of that. I've already spent enough time messing with your time. I'm just interested because it's been a while since I've been there. Where is the little towns that I've been to? All right. Anyway, okay, getting off the stream here. Guys, I get fixated. All right, done with that. As my mom says, get off your phone. So back to the ED video. All right. So LGS guys, remember, 20% more if you basically go to the menu and click Advanced Features. All right. My town had the worst bully of all time. He'd just cry and throw rocks at stinking. Hey, has anybody's ever lived in a town with a bully? Guys, I grew up in a neighborhood full of bullies. It was awesome. Everybody took turns getting beat up. Hey, Brian McKay, I know, we just got to slow down. Sometimes that happens. We're already hitting 5, and I got on right at 4, so we're hitting the first hour. And quite honestly, we covered a lot of ground in that first hour. We really covered a ton of ground. The other thing I really wanted to hit was basically purchasing old gear, because a lot of us we had everybody's looking for a new drone, and you're going, I got to have an Evo 2. Of course we want the Evo 2, but guys, the best drone is still out there right now, and it is yet to be basically eclipsed as far as quality is concerned. The Mavic 2 Zoom is hands down right now as far as distance, as far as, I've heard a little bit of battery complaints as far as like swelling batteries and things like that. I've never had a swelling, battery problem. That would be a fun video, wouldn't it? Is your battery swelling? Do you have a swelling problem? You might have a battery issue, okay? Do you have problems with swelling and overexpansion? Do you turn off when you really want to turn on? Hey, see you, Brian. Good night, Brian. Right. Captain Bard, are you trolling? Captain Bard is probably Captain frickin' Dan. Because what Captain Bard is basically saying is exactly, if you got drone worship in your stream, that's exactly the kind of crap that he would throw in here. So, and he is not serious hardly ever. So, and when you get on live streams, he just likes to have fun. So Captain Bard, and he usually comes out with something like some word that would get you excited. Trolling is like lying, and I don't remember lying. Oh, man. My swelling is due to cheap gimbal issue. Oh, my gosh. If you haven't had a cheap gimbal, Let me tell you something. The worst gimbal ever put on a drone was the Phantom 3 standards gimbal. That freaking gimbal, you could touch it wrong and that thing would go wacko, and quite literally it would be useless. It's a Phantom 3 standard. You literally had to be a gimbal mechanic. Drone Worship is watching a really horrible movie at the moment. We are safe. What's the horrible movie that he's watching, by the way? besides my stream. Yeah, he hasn't popped in because he would have told us. Because he doesn't go in any stream without basically telling everybody. Anybody want to share the movie he's in? Bad gimbal experience? All right. Edward Scissorhands for the 100th time. Oh, man. Hey, Darwin Digital, I appreciate it. I hope, guys. When it's kind of like the the hand launch thing. I know it's silly. I know some of these things are silly, but there are so many new users out there. They're not silly. If you've never flown, it's kind of like I'm going to be asking questions pretty soon about settings on like I told you I've got the smart controller coming. And I'll talk a little bit about it. I know most people aren't going, but if I find something interesting about the smart controller, something that people are, because not a lot of people own it. It's just too expensive. It literally, for the price of the smart controller, you can buy a freaking drone for it. I did find a really good deal for the drone and the controller. I bought, I pieced together a system, threw an extra battery with it, bought some. Ryan, if you have some filters for a Mavic 2 Zoom, ask your filter connection. If he's got some Mavic 2 Zoom filters, send them my way. I did order a set, but I would be willing to look at some of those. So, message retracted, huh? I don't mind. I don't mind a little bit of razzing on my channel, so no problem. If you have not basically put a message onto a channel and you haven't retracted it because you thought it was stupid, so usually if you do something stupid and you want to troll it, I can see these filters are already en route from California. All right. Yeah, I've got a drone right now en route from New Jersey, so. That's scary. It's not new. I did not buy a new drone, which is I have not. I spent a lot of money for it. So hopefully it comes in one piece and it works. Crossing my fingers. Spend over $1,000 and you get a drone coming from New Jersey. You gotta wonder where that drone is actually coming from. I appreciate it. Whatever you got coming, whatever we can share on. I'd appreciate that. Do any FPV? I know. I'm probably going to go the Tiny Hawk route. The drone that I built, I literally have to fly FPV, but it's a 550. And if you've ever flown a 550 FPV, I do have an FPV camera on it, guys. I do. I put a 500 milliwatt system on it with I think it's a 120 degree field of view camera. It's just got a FlySky controller, a FlySky 6, just a cheap system. A Tiny Hawk ready to run. Yep, that's where I'm probably going to go. The price is right, and then I can learn, and I can fly it. I can fly it in my kitchen. Want a Tiny Hawk kit? If you've got a lead on a kit, probably a kit. The prices are pretty low. I might be able to swing the price. We'll see. If you want me to sleep outside next week, Oh my gosh, guys. Next week, if I have a Tiny Hawk show up and a Phantom or a Mavic 2 show up, my God, I think my my nuts will be in a vice. Yeah, so a Tiny Hawk kit. So, yeah, that would be where I would start, quite honestly. And I think people are interested in somebody like me, a novice flying a Tiny Hawk, how fast I pick it up. I'm not afraid to crash it. You can already know with the videos I've done. Hey, PD's on, man. All right, man. Yeah, new drone, guys. But it's obviously it's not new to anybody. The new drone is the one that I've got coming. It's basically a Phantom a Mavic 2 Zoom with the smart controller. I wanted to do the smart controller because I just don't see enough people using it, and I think the price is coming down. It has to. So, ready to fly, no charge. Heck yeah, drop it by, baby. I'll pay for the shipping. I'll PayPal you the shipping, Ryan, if you need that. So, heck yeah, ready to fly, baby. I will put up a video, basically me. Yeah, I'll record that sucker. I've got a couple of FPV. Heck yeah, absolutely. Absolutely, I'll fly your. I will be a guinea pig for your Tiny Hawk system. Absolutely, not even a question. Appreciate that. So, all right. So, just like I said, drop the email tonight, and I will arrange for that. And like I said, I'll pick up the shipping on that or whatever you want me to do. Okay. Because it's not free, guys, to send stuff around. Where's Ryan? Ryan, where are you at anyway? Are you in California? I think you might have said where you're at. Let's see. Oh yeah, from California. Or yeah. Oh, from California. But where are you at? Where's the drone? Where are you sending it from? Florida. Gotcha. Oh yeah, duh. You're in drone worship country. All right, no problem. So, yes, and yes, by the way, super chats do help, especially my habit. And believe me, it's kind of like a crack addict. I'll take pennies. I'll take $2. I'm not proud. Okay, I'm on the dole when it comes to this hobby. I am making a teeny little bit. I did have a little bit of a windfall from those the especially the drone crash video, and actually the altitude video did pretty good. But guys, the time of the how many videos do you have blow up? It's not easy, guys. You literally have to get lucky. And the drone crash was I still like to watch it. But you know what I like to watch better than the drone crash video? It's the Red Mountain climb. That video, I still look at it going, how in the hell did I get the kahunas to get it up there? Because quite honestly, when I got up there, I'm like, oh my gosh. I started to look at my battery power and I'm like, I can't make another video of me struggling to get down from 1,500 feet. Because it doesn't come down fast, guys. It takes its time. Let's see. I took a picture of recovery of the Mini. To be fair, I would be. Yeah, it was, guys. Okay, Ross. To be quite honest, I was disappointed that I wasn't going to come back, but I knew I was going to recover the drone. That's the difference. Now, the part that you would have, soiled yourself was the cliff. That was true fear, because you got to understand, when I get below the cliff face, I lose FPV. and if I get below the height that the drone will recover, plus it was doing its own crap. It wanted to land at that point. It did not want to go over the cliff. It wanted to go into landing mode. And guys, to go down that cliff to get that drone, I would have had to go the next day, and it would have taken a while. I probably would have found it, but I wouldn't have seen it land. It would have landed itself somewhere. and it probably would have landed. There's a lot of brush down there. I might not have ever found the drone ever again. So, Ross, yes, that's the point where I literally was nervous. I had plenty of battery power, but yeah. So, yeah, if you were wondering if I was feeling a little nervous at that point, absolutely. And I'm going to fly it again. I love that site. I love to fly there. I love the views you get from that spot, and the Mini will return. But I'm waiting for the weather to warm up. I'm trying to get it to the 60, 70 range. I want to get to 70 degrees. So I think that's going to help with my battery life. I'm going to get a little bit warmer air. I think I probably will get still air. In the area that I live, I can get basically time periods where there's no air moving. I mean, it literally is just there. It's literally just calm, still air where that drone really isn't working against anything. I don't mind a breeze, but I'm afraid I'm going to get the cross breeze again. And I think the number one thing that happened on that distance flight was it's not that I did have a breeze, but it was a sideways breeze. It was not, I thought it was basically coming at me, but it was coming from, it would be the south, it was coming from the southwest. I had a southwest wind, mostly westerly, probably a west-southwest wind. So mostly from the west. And it was pushing it sideways, and I was flying against it just enough that it was interfering with my speed. So, yeah, Ross, I'm gonna continue to fly far here. I'm not gonna not fly my drone distances here. I can do it safely. I can fly altitude safely, and I'm gonna continue to do it. So if you don't like me because I fly like that here, I'm not in the same, guys. I am not in the same ballpark, or I'm not in the same situation that most of you guys fly in. I am in absolutely, and you can't just use AGL here. It's I think it was Jet Martin that said it's AAGL. It's average altitude. I am in a place where the altitudes vary just about every 100 feet that I fly. And sometimes I'm losing altitude, and sometimes I'm gaining altitude based on the distance I'm flying away from myself. So I guess the biggest problem people have with me is LOS, and judge me. So, all right, guys. I think I'm trying to think of anything else that I missed. Any other questions? I guess one of the things that I really want to say is I also enjoy just having fun with my videos. It doesn't have to be serious. It doesn't have to be, that's why I say flying for fun. It doesn't have to be, I don't have to have an agenda. And sometimes I go out and I don't have an agenda and I create agendas. Just because I'm just on camera and I'm like, oh, this is a great location for blank. Like the filter video, I was just going to do video. I wasn't going to do still photographs. And I ended up taking still shots. And I'm like, oh, because quite honestly, I had a canoe down here. I had the most awesome panoramic view. I had sun filtering. I had water twinkling. I had everything for an awesome photograph. And I'm like, I'm taking photographs, and I just started to shoot them. So, I am on your side. Ross, don't worry about it, man. You okay? Ross, don't. No, I need to be a safe flyer, and so don't. I do things, and but my number one thing that I think about before I fly in areas where or fly in past what I call our reasonable limitations, I make sure the area is clear, that I don't have any commercial flights. I don't have any. My biggest problem in any area, like in a Class G airspace that I fly in, is private airplanes. Private planes fly too low, and they do it illegally all the time. So if you think that it's drone pilots that fly too low or fly too high, private pilots will fly too low, and they do it regularly. And they do it in the areas that I fly, and I make sure those guys, especially on Sunday when people are joyriding out there, and if you, yeah, so. Email sent. Thank you, Ryan. I appreciate that. Okay, I got to, PD, it's your limp gimbal. Thank you. I appreciate because guys, I have. Let me tell you right now how many hates I got on the limp the limp gimbal video. Guys, I know I'm telling you information. Some of you guys don't. It's obvious information, but there are a minimum of probably 20,000 people out there right now that do not know how to adjust their gimbal past 0 degrees. So I'm providing a service. Okay, I want to share with you something real quick. I'm going to the limp gimbal here. All right, I got your email just popped in, by the way. I've got eBay also sent me some. Maybe somebody wants to buy my drone. All right. So if anybody wants to buy a Mavic Pro Platinum, I've got one on there. I might even cut a deal with this. So I've got a new Mavic Pro Platinum. It's got limited miles. It's a Cherry 2 owner. And I've probably got no more than 20 flights on it. The 2 batteries are mismatched. I've got a regular platinum battery. But you guys, on any of those Mavic Pros, it doesn't matter what kind of battery you throw in there. Just stick a freaking battery in it. It just needs to be a Mavic Pro battery. The platinum battery is no different than the So a lot of people think that you have to do that. All right, Mavic Pro. Let's see. I have 44 likes and 37 dislikes on that video. So if people don't like me, makes me sad. 37 people are, let's see if I can get that right there. Deniers. All right, I can't. I know. There's too much. I've got too much. I'm out of white balance here. So I was really butthurt when I see the distance you went for the first. It goes that far, guys. All I had was the Sunny Life, the same company that made my filters, and I just look them up on eBay. I didn't order it. I ordered it because it was cheap. I didn't order it because they were sending me anything. And the Sunny Life range extender. Just make sure you peel off you have to peel off. There's a reflective surface. Make sure you get the film off of that. A lot of people don't do it, and they don't get range because they don't take the reflective tape off of it. But yeah, they work. They work awesome. Just get your arrays nice and level with the direction you're going, and just chill out. I like the dislikes. Yeah, I don't. I feel bad because I want people to like what I do, but it's YouTube, and if you can't grow a pair and have that's where Dan. We're getting back to drone worship right here. Just think of the dislikes he's had to endure for the past 4 years, because of his his views on things, and. You just gotta take it, and you just gotta ride it through. And then sometimes I answer the dislikes with an equally sarcastic rebuttal. It's fun. So you just have to to roll with it. So man, we got past that last 15 minutes without any trouble. I'm not in any hurry. The only reason why I get in a hurry is my mother-in-law's got a replaced knee. She has a knee surgery she got through. My wife is helping by cooking dinner for my in-laws, and I try to get home to help out. Yeah, I do push it, and I pushed it now for 2 years, and I've pushed it safely. So push it. Push it real good. Don't. That's my age right there. Push it. All right. Push it. So. Yes, and in Ross, it's hopefully you appreciate that too. Usually when I give somebody a reply, I only do that with people that are I know some people are being really serious, like they're saying, dude, you're past LOS, line of sight. And I really want our drone hobby to stay, and unregulated. Guys, I do not peep on people's windows. I don't fly over people's property that freaking don't want me to fly over. The video of the lady with the car on that was, first of all, it wasn't a drone. She was getting basically chased by the moon, but what is the farthest range we got with the Platinum? 2.5 miles is as far as I wanted to go. I got to 2.5 miles. I turned around and came back. I could have eased, guys, I had perfect FPV, no range extenders. That thing will go 3 miles easy. Dennis is in the house finally for the last 15 minutes. We're going to stay here for Dennis just for 15 minutes sake. But Scott, basically 2.5. I could go further. I could easily go 3 miles with that thing. Guys, when you're 2.5 miles out and you're flying a $1,000 drone, you start to think differently than when you're flying a $300 drone. I'm like, this is freaking a long hike. Guys, 3 miles in the desert where I'm flying is like 10 miles of hiking to get it. And more than likely, by the time I got it, it'd probably be scavenged by coyotes. Got hung up with the flat tire. Hey, Dennis Lovelady, Dennis's wife is in China. Dennis, do you want to chime in on the virus issue, the coronavirus issue? I do live in the middle of nowhere. Hey, Ross, I live an hour and a half from Las Vegas. Well, no more than probably an hour and 45 minutes from Las Vegas. I live in the southern corner. I live in the southwest corner of Utah. Okay, basically at the edge of the Mojave Desert. I live in a town of about 250,000 people, called St. George, and I live in one of the satellite cities called Santa Clara. So there it is. I just gave you my location. So if you want to come and raid my house, I'll be home in 10 minutes. I'm going to come and kick your. Just by the way, people in Utah, every one of us own at least 5 guns. So. Including my neighbors, and they're all semi-automatic. Big pistols, concealed carry, everybody carries them in their cars. So it's like Texas, but worse. And since most of the people that are my neighbors are Mormons, they believe it's God's will to basically to defend their house, to protect the Holy Sacrament. So. Stay around, Dennis. I gotta go before 5, right at 5:30, no later. So Ross, I live in the middle of nowhere, but I live in the middle of somewhere. This is an armed encampment of Utahns with drones. It's even scarier. So. Ross, jump in, man. I appreciate you being here, man. Thank you for being and showing up. Ryan, like I said, he's got some. Dennis has sent me some really cool things. He's borrowed me some awesome things too. He's dropped me a. I think he dropped me a 20 not too long ago, but that was nice. I appreciate that. He's coming to visit too, by the way. Dennis Lovelady is coming in the spring, and we're gonna have a good time. I'm really looking forward to seeing Dennis. Dennis is my kind of character. Dennis, I'm sorry to tell you this. I'm gonna be quite honest. You remind me of my stepfather, and you're probably about that age too. My stepfather is. No, I'm just kidding. My stepfather is like very young at heart, and he does all kinds of cool stuff. He's very devout. He's a very devout Christian, and he just loves to have fun. And I've traveled with him all over the place. Hey, I appreciate it, Pro Cut. Okay, good evening. I'm almost ready to check out too. Sometimes it gets stale. Content starts to kind of slow down, because really, we've covered a lot of stuff. We covered some interesting drone questions. We've covered. some feelings about we talked a little bit about the Xeno 2 coming out, but I really don't have a specific direction. We talked about, of course, Autel Evo 2, or my amazing disappointment with it. Hey, Dennis, finally, I do have the order for the M2 Zoom, but the person that sold it to me basically was a bait and fisher, so we canceled that order, got my money back, and then I found one that was $200 cheaper. So I got a screaming deal. So I hope it's not a screaming piece of crap when it shows up. It'll probably be one of those X drones. Oh gosh, with a smart controller. But yes, I do have the smart controller. And guys, I'm not. Everybody's already flown with the regular controller. I'm going to fly with the smart controller. I'm going to learn about it, and I'm going to give you my novice opinion about the smart controller. Most of us can't afford it. I know that. I totally know it's a freaking loser of a video if I ever make them, but I think it might be a winner if you get a honest approach of what, is this thing going to be something that is going to be updated firmware wise? Is it going to just die a slow death in my hands? But it's going to free up my phone. For sure. That's number one. I want my phone to do phone things. So when my wife calls me, I can have my phone here and I can be flying my drone. You like that? All right. Rip off smart controller. Yes. A Drone X Pro with a piece of cardboard with a smart controller picture on it. For $1,300. Oh my God, guys, I'm going to get screwed. I'm so scared. Oh, man. Dennis, we're not going to talk about that because what does she feel about it? She doesn't feel anything about it because what I do and what she does, we're in two different worlds. She's just glad that I have a drone and that I have something to occupy my time. So, as far as that's concerned, she's like, "Where'd you get the money for that?" I'm like, "Well, now that I'm a YouTube star, I'm independently wealthy." Yeah, she's not cool with the cost of these things, Dennis, by any means. She just knows that, I've got a hobby. I'm outside of, I'm doing something different, So we just talked about that. Let's see. Let's see. It'll die a slow death in your hands, just like my Crystal Sky. Oh my gosh. Brent, don't tell me that. Oh my gosh. It's, you know what I'm saying? Oh man, the screen's probably already going out because of its cheap, I don't know, parts. I don't know. But Dennis, yes, I've already got a Mavic Pro, and what I usually, it's kind of like this. It's like having the evil empire. It's kind of like the Sith Lord. Your drone is a Sith Lord, okay? And there can only be one expensive Sith Lord. So when my Mavic 2 comes, the Mavic Pro goes, okay? Which will basically cover the cost. I can't keep them both. That's how, Dennis, that's how I do it. And I do it to be I try to do it because I don't want to, my kids are expensive, and divorced me if I told her I was spending $1,300. I've already spent, I think, what did I already spent enough, so. If you've, and my wife's already told me, if you've added up all the things that you've purchased and you put them, I don't even want to go there. So, Amelia can't be expensive. Dennis, yes, she's expensive. But you know what? Amelia is a hard worker. She takes home minimum $300 a week, and about 50 of it, probably more than. I'm just talking about tips. $300 a week in tips from the coffee shop she works at. We'll go visit her coffee shop and we'll go drive her crazy when you come out. Just tips. My daughter puts more money away than and she has no expenses. Think about that when you live at home. And she doesn't spend money. I'm trying to get her to buy a camera for herself. She's a really gifted photographer. And I can't get her to buy a new camera. She's got a nice camera, but I want her to buy the one she wants. She's got the money to do it, and I'm going to work on her. She's just very gifted, and I wish she would apply that and come out with me and help me learn how to be a better photographer too. We will drive her crazy. You'll drive my wife crazy. She already thinks it's weird. I already got an internet friend. I said, he's coming to our house. She's like, oh. I said, I can take him. I'll take freaking Dennis. If he's going to be crazy, don't be you can't be crazy, Dennis. So I take you down, okay? All right. Dennis, you're a good guy. You got a good heart. I know that. And or Dennis, you're a serial killer. I heard they're kind of crazy, Maybe I'm a serial killer, Dennis. How do you know? Look at me. Look at that picture back there. All right. Believe me. You see that face right there? You ain't trusting that. Let's see. Can I just put these, please donate to pancreatic awareness? Yes, absolutely. Absolutely, Ross. Let me give you my story on pancreatic cancer just to kind of give you a little bit of understanding and how I think about that. My grandmother died of pancreatic cancer. My aunt died of pancreatic cancer. My uncle died of he basically had problems with his liver and pancreas. But yeah, it's in our family, and I've had a nephew that has gotten leukemia. So the cancer awareness issue. I've got a mom that basically is a 20-year survivor of breast cancer. So absolutely, Ross. So, yep, pancreatic cancer is horrible. My best friend, his dad died of pancreatic cancer. Horrible. If I have any fear of dying, which I try to have a really good and positive outlook on living, pancreatic cancer is just horrible. It is not fun, and if you've watched somebody succumb to that, it's horrible, just slow. But so yeah, Ross, anytime. Actually. Part of being a YouTuber is basically promoting causes, and I need to take a serious. I need to bring a serious approach to something like that. With all that going on with I got Drone Worship is doing. He's doing the breast cancer awareness, and I could probably do something like that. And I would. Oh wow. That's horrible, Ross. And where are you from? Just get. Yeah. We have yet to find pancreatic cancer is a very difficult disease because of the way it basically attacks things. My uncle basically had to. The one thing we do have a good handle on is colon cancer and it's colon cancer. That's the one thing that the United States has really led the way in finding treatments for, and breast cancer control. We've taken care of AIDS, and I think pancreatic cancer is probably a thing that because of what it's doing, what it does. So, Ross, I appreciate you sharing that. And like I said, I mean, find some freedom in the drone hobby if you can, and yeah, that's what I do. I take myself when I fly a drone. I am flying away from things. I am flying into something that's something that we can't do on two legs on the ground. So Dan is doing a community event tomorrow. Touch a truck. Okay. And Dan's been really pushing because of the stuff he's been dealing with. So Ross, anytime. And I think I can. I'm going to write that down, Ross. I'm going to look at, because like I said, and especially if you live in, I'm going to actually ask some questions about that later, Ross, if you show back up. And I will do some research on that whole thing. So, and Dan is basically us doing a community event. Dan's been, he does his little fly group. That would be kind of fun. I wish I could get down to Florida and hit his little flight group. But touch a truck. I'm going to look. I need to check the video out for that and to get information. But Ryan, if there's a link you want to post, same thing with you, Ross. Please post a link. Find it, and we will think about a way to address that in some way, shape, or form. If there are any sites that you want us to recognize, for example, any support sites, we would be happy to put those on. So. One of Dan's, I know, I saw the video, Dennis, of your M2 Pro. But it wasn't his event that crashed your drone. It was you flying it that crashed it. You flew into a pole, Dennis. You flew into a light pole. So let's get this straight. All right. Okay, guys, it's time for me to get going. It's 5:30. This is the time I usually check out. And I really appreciate all of you that basically jumped on. I've got a couple of small donations on my chat. If you do donate, PayPal is way nicer because YouTube doesn't take a cut of that. But that goes directly to moi. So, and that goes to, guys, this is what I pay for. I spend money on drones. So, and I thank you, Ryan. Appreciate that, and I'm looking forward to that. If he throws a Tiny Hawk at me and it comes in my mail, dude, I am freaking gonna fly that thing, and you'll see it for sure. So, hey, take care, PD Pro Cut. Appreciate you dropping in, Dennis. You are always the main guy that always has supported me more than anything. I'm looking forward to your visit this spring, and anybody else that's still on the stream, guys, thank you. Fly for fun. Don't forget about that. This is supposed to be a fun hobby. All you guys that are dealing with issues out there, especially people that we look at drone kit. Thank you, Scott. Appreciate you basically popping in, and definitely want to recognize you popping in. I enjoy this Friday stream, and I'm glad it's kind of creating its own little kind of little niche, because I really like you guys that have been dropping in. We don't have a lot of what we call knuckleheads on here. We got a lot of really good kind of salt of the earth folks from all over the world. We've got New Zealander. I've got Scotland popping in. I've got Atlanta, Georgia popping in. I even got Serbia today. Serbia, and you can't see that because it's overexposed. I need a better camera, guys. That's another whole story. But thank you, guys. Then we got the UK in the house, always there in the house. PD, you have been nothing but supportive as well. So Skang didn't show up today from Scotland. So Scotty, all right, PD. We always appreciate you popping in here. So thank you, guys. But we didn't get a visit from Dan, Drone Worship, today, and we always wish him the best. He's dealing with his own issues, and hopefully we can get that. He's got all kinds of issues going on, but it looks like he's getting some drones in his hand. I wish I had something cool to drop on him, but all I got is $1,000 freaking Mavic Pro, which I need the money for so I can buy my other one. All right, anyways, I'm out of here. I have to learn how to say goodbye. Guys, goodbye. Thank you. Fly for fun. And like always, guys, take care of yourself. Have an awesome weekend. Hopefully I'll see you out there in the streams. If I do, guys, later. And let's get some music going, right? Okay. Let's get some music going. And, guys, goodbye.